All right. Hi, guys. Good morning. Good afternoon. My name is Perla Cerrone. We're going to just do a very quick training on how to create some travel flyers, some travel ad flyers. I know that I've been getting a lot of feedback most recently on some of the flyers that I've created and how I've been creating them. So I wanted to just quickly show you how to do that. It's very not difficult at all. Once you see what I'm doing, you'll be like, oh, okay. It's really simple. So I'm just going to show you some of the flyers that I've posted recently. If for whatever reason you're not following me on Facebook or social media, so this group that I have pulled up right now is actually a group that I did based off of my business page. That's solely for travel deals and tips. So it's not going to have all the same content that I might post on my like personal page or my business page. Sorry, you see my dog over there. Okay. So just some flyers I posted. So for example, I just posted this one this morning for Mexico, a spring break sale. And this one I created myself. Then this one was for National Shop for Travel yesterday. So here's another one for Cayman Islands. So usually when I'm making these flyers, I'm adding on a few photos of the resort as well, right? Because normally when we're doing the travel ads, we're showing at least like a photo or two of the location, right? Here's one for Maui. Keep scrolling. That's not one. This was something else I created. Here's one for Riviera Maya. So you see a lot of these flyers, they're really eye-catching, right? They have really cool graphics, really cool colors. And the whole purpose of creating these flyers is to get someone to stop scrolling, right? You want them to be like, oh, what is that? Right? Or, oh, let me see, let me get some more information on this, right? And I think this was probably one of the first ones I started doing. So I really started posting these flyers just obviously at the first of the year. Because actually, give me one second, guys. Let me close my door. Hold on one second. All right, sorry. My daughter's sleeping and I don't want her to wake up with me being loud. So I started posting them in the beginning of the year because obviously we all post travel ads, we all post travel deals, right? Because we want to, we're in our trainings, we post them to kind of get ahead of travelers, right? But I was kind of getting tired of posting them and them all looking the same. No offense to anybody, but they all look the same, right? And so I was like, I really want to do something that's going to be different. I want to do something that's going to really catch the attention of people, that's going to prompt them to want to reach out to me, right? Whether if, I'm still making that connection, whether if they end up booking with me or not, right? I'm still making that connection. And I have noticed that I've gotten significantly higher engagement. Now, this is obviously my group, but I'm posting these flyers on my group, on my business page, and also on my personal page. So I'm posting them literally everywhere. And I will say I get more of an engagement on my personal page than I do in my group. Okay. But just so that you can see, I have them all like in order here versus on my personal page, I post other stuff too. So that's just my personal preference. Obviously, once you guys go through this really quick training, you decide how you want to post it. But I will just say, and just kind of preface this, I'm showing you what I've posted and what I've done. Please make your own and make it your own with your own brand, with your own colors, and just be unique. Don't copy and paste like what I've done in the past, only because I've seen that in the past I've had um it I'm just going to say that it ends up, not that I'm complaining, but it ends up benefiting me more so than you, because they see like, oh, like I've had many people share my posts that are either agents or something like that. And I'm like, well, you're really not doing yourself a favor. So just make sure that whatever that you do, obviously you can use my things as guides, as like inspiration, but just make your own and just be unique to your brand, right? We're all individuals here. We're all different. We all have different types of brands and different things that we're doing. So just keep that in mind. Okay. So I already came up with a quote, and I'm going to do it for Jamaica. But first I'm going to show you which that's why I have Vax up, because I have all the info here. So I'm just going to scroll up. If you guys want to take a screenshot of this information. Obviously, I'm on the East Coast, so these flights are leaving from JFK. But this is the info that I was going to be using. This specific resort, these flights, this is the booking total, this specific room, ocean view room. And actually, let me write down, they have the coupons. 45% savings. Okay. So when I scroll down now, and I also added on an excursion. Okay. But I'm going to write that all down and include that in the travel flyer too. So if you wanted to just wait, that's fine. This is the booking total. Here's the deposit that's due at the time of booking. So this is for 2 adults. So obviously, as you guys know, you take that deposit amount and you're going to divide that by 2. So 11, 18, and 14 cents divided by 2 is 559. I'm going to round and just do 560 and just do an even number rather than adding cents and stuff. Okay. All right. So that's the info. That's where I got the quote from. Usually when I'm doing my travel ads, I'm either getting it from Vax, I'm using Evil Rewards. You decide however you want to do it. Okay. So I think for the purpose of this training, I'm just going to stick with Canva. I know in the flyer, I had also listed Adobe, but to just make it simple and straightforward, I'm just going to do Canva, and maybe I can do another training on Adobe probably once I've used it a little bit more than just a few times. So with Canva, obviously, as you guys all know, a lot of you use Canva, right? So you can see then all of your recent designs here, all the different flyers and stuff I've tried to play around with, okay? So Canva has a lot of templates, all right? They have templates that you can kind of literally copy and paste those templates, or you can kind of make them your own. So what I have done is you can go to templates, and then we're going to click on business, and we're going to go to flyers. That's where I have gotten all of these flyer templates from. Now, I will say, for example, this flyer in particular for Mexico, this one I created myself from scratch. I did not use a template. I just based it off of kind of what I had been using in as far as templates, and just kind of created it. So we're going to do something very similar to this, but obviously different colors, different graphics, different everything. Okay. So I will also say that for me in particular, I spend a little more time on creating the flyers, just because maybe I'm just a little, not anal, but maybe I'm just a little like, I want it to look a certain way, right? I'm not just going to throw it together and then that's it. So I will say that it might not be the fastest for you, right? It might be faster for you to just post a travel ad as you've already been posting the travel ad. But I will tell you that because I've spent more time on these and been posting them and just been a little bit more cognizant of it, I have definitely gotten a lot more engagement for that reason. Okay, so just something to keep in mind. You guys decide how you want to do it. Everybody has their own method. Okay. So now when we click on flyers, when you go here, it's just going to be all these other flyers, right? But it's going to kind of tailor these flyers to what I have been doing already. Okay. So I've been doing a lot of summer / tropically type flyers, right? So you can kind of go here and you can see, okay, well, what do I like? What do I don't like? Like, for example, me personally, like I would stay away from a flyer like this. This is just boring to me. Okay. This is boring. There's no colors. People are just going to scroll right past. Okay. For the purpose of this, I probably would do a flyer like this. I'd probably take this checkout, but something like this, right? So when you click on a flyer, now when you scroll down, you're going to see a lot of similar flyers. And this one This looks similar, right? Because look at the one I posted. Where is it? Here it is. See? Same thing. Same exact flyer, but information is different, right? But I used that template as a guide and I made it my own. I added my logo, my business name, added some more information. But in terms of the graphics are all the same. So that's essentially what I'm doing. I'm literally just using this as a guide, or I might just be scrolling and I'm just using it as inspiration, right? So that I can create my own type of flyer. Okay. So I'm going to use this one because this one looks fun, right? I'm going to customize this template, but now I'm going to take this chick out because I'm not a fan of this girl holding the beach ball. So we're going to delete. Okay. So now she's gone, but I like this whole thing they got going on here, right? But I'm probably going to just adjust it a little bit to make it more center so that I can add a little bit more graphics or something like that. Okay. So with Canva, when you highlight over everything, everything is customizable. So like this palm leaf, if I want to move it, I can move it. I'm going to move it up. This mojito drink, I'm going to move it up. Everything, right? So I'm just going to move everything up and try to keep it. Oh, that's not what I want. Try to keep it in this same order. And if there's something that you're like, oh, this looks ugly, right? There's an undo. Okay. So we're going to move this pineapple. And this, and then again, you can change colors. So see how now this is like, okay, we're going to move this up. I'm going to end up deleting this summer thing anyway, but just so you can see, you can kind of move things up and make it a little bit more center. So that way I can add some more information down here at the bottom, right? Does that make sense? So, and everything is customizable. So like, for example, this photo or this little swatch thing behind here is purple. I don't like this purple. I want to make it more tropically to match the vibe on this flyer. So maybe I want to make it, I might not want to make it green. Maybe I'll make it red or yellow or something like that, right? I can change the color to really match what I'm looking for. So for right now, I'm just going to leave it purple. Okay. And we're going to delete. Oh, sorry, I just saw your message, Teresa, about the pro template. So one thing I do want to say is I do have a pro account with Canva. So if I go back here, just to show you guys, for those that are not familiar with Canva, this template is it seems to be available with just like the regular free account because there's no little icon. If there's an icon here with a crown that says pro, that means that you must have a pro account in order to access and customize that template. So the template that I chose is one that should be available for everybody that has just like a standard Canva account. I personally like I most recently did the pro account because I just liked it better, especially with the flyers. It just allows you a lot more graphics and stuff that you can use. And I'm going to show you the different graphics that I'm going to use specifically for this travel ad. Okay. So here where it says really great site present, so I'm just going to put my business name. You don't have to put presents. I don't mind putting it, right? You don't have to put it on every single one. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to go to uploads and I already have my logo here somewhere. So I'm going to add my logo now to this ad here. Why? Because I don't want anybody to just get this and copy it or whatever. If they copied and they share it, better for me, right? Because it has my logo and it has my information on it. So I'm going to put it right in the center. And what I like about Canva is that it kind of has that little like purple, you see that purple dash line. It kind of centers things for you. So Now, this little checkered box, transparency, I don't want my logo to just be right up like bold like that. I'm gonna just make it clear a little bit. So that way it's not so much the focus, right? I don't want it to be the focus. I want this information here in the middle to be the focus, okay? So one thing just to kind of show you guys, if you, for whatever reason, now this is probably something that's a training for another day, but let's say you were like, well, I want this mojito to be in the front, like kind of like how the flowers are in the front or something like that, and the pineapple. So whenever you click on it, you can then just hit position and you can bring to front. And now it's going to be in front of that little swatch. Okay. But I personally don't like how that looks. So I'm going to just hit back. And I'm going to bring it forward. And now the palm tree is in the way. So now I'm going to bring the palm tree to the back. Okay. So sometimes it's like a little bit of a puzzle, especially if you're working with a lot of different graphics. You have to kind of personalize each graphic individually in terms of its position, okay? So I'm gonna move this here, and I apologize, a lot of this is gonna be just me moving things around to how I want it. You are going to end up doing what you like, okay? So I don't know that I even like that flower there. I'm gonna move it over here. Okay. So you see how this summer graphic, it's a graphic. And the reason I know it's a graphic is because it's not letting me edit it. I can't type in here. Oh, I can actually, sorry, JK. Usually the graphics don't allow you to type. So what I can do is I'm just gonna type in Jamaica, okay? And I kind of like this font. This font is fine. And I'm going to change the colors in a moment. And I want it right in the middle of this swatch, okay? I'm going to erase this party because it's not a Jamaican party. It's a promotion, right? So I'm going to type in either sale or promo. And obviously, you guys can see what I've used most recently. So I'm going to do sale. I'm going to do see all. So you see how a lot of these have the crown with the pro. So those that don't have a pro account, you are really only going to be able to use the ones that don't have a crown. So for the purpose of this training, obviously I have a pro account, so I'm just going to use one of these that has the pro because I like it. But you can scroll down and you can see what works for you. Like these don't have the crown, right? You can use that. You can do ones that are animated, right? So really whatever you'd like. So I'm going to do Jamaica sale. And now this is what I was trying to tell you. This is a graphic. It's not, it doesn't allow me to type in here, okay, because it's an image. Now, what I like about Canva is that when you click on an item here on graphics, it's going to give you some additional recommendations that are very similar, right? Similar style, the similar type of artist or creator that made this graphic, or different types of fonts a little bit. Okay, so if you wanted to know if there was something here, you know, like similar, you could. So I actually like this one better because it's a lot more like bolder. So I'm going to delete that one and I'm going to put this one instead. And it's like sparkly, so perfect. So I'm going to do Jamaica sale. And because it's big like this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to overlap it a little bit with the word Jamaica. And again, position, because it's automatically behind Jamaica. So I'm going to do position and I'm going to do to front. So see how it's overlapping a little bit with Jamaica. Just a different type of style. You don't have to, but I personally like how that looks because it's really putting a focus on the sale, right? On what type of sale. Now, for this Jamaica, we can change the font to kind of make it more however you want to, right? Again, the ones with the crown are going to be pro, and you must have a pro account in order to access that, okay? So maybe I'll kind of go on here and see which one I like best. Make sure though, obviously you guys know this, hopefully you do, whatever font you do, make sure that people can read it, right? You want to make sure that people can read it. People are able to see what you're saying against the contrast of the colors. You don't want it to be super, super busy. You don't want it to be like super teeny tiny or in this like calligraphy type style either. You really want it to be that people can read it. Okay. So maybe I'll do this one and spread this out. And we got to make it smaller. Okay. Now, I like how that looks, but maybe this pineapple shouldn't be there because it's kind of in the way, right? Maybe I'll move this pineapple down here because it's in the way of the A. It might be a little hard for people to read that. And then now the flower might be in the way too, so maybe let's move that. So you see how like I could literally be here for forever trying to figure out how I really want to do this positioning. Where do I want to put these things? So I'm going to put this here and position to front. Okay, so now it's kind of overlapped a little bit with the sail. It looks pretty, right? Okay, I think I'm happy with how that looks, right? So now let's say I'm happy with how this looks. Now I'm going to move on to the actual information of the quote that I have written down here, okay? So now I'm going to use this exact little things that they have here. So the travel dates were July 18th to the 24th. Okay, now remember, these are all in purple. Now, I might just end up leaving it in purple just because it contrasts nice with the white and the gold and the other colors on the screen of the flyer. So I might end up just leaving it that way. And then, so travel dates, right? Now we're going to put in what is included in this promotion. So what's included in this promotion is, so I'm going to move this little line up and I'm going to move this up. Okay. We're going to do flights. I use that little like, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a line breaker, I guess, just to kind of separate everything. And to me, I feel like it just looks a lot better. So flights, they're going to also get an ocean view room. What else are they getting? They're also getting transfers. And then they're getting that exotic adventure excursion. So to make it smaller, because it's titled Blue Hole Exotic Adventure, so we can just say exotic excursion, something like that. Okay. So just to make the spacing a little bit better, I'm just going to move this. Oh, that's not a good idea. Move this up a little bit. So a lot of this is just playing around with spacing and how you like it. Okay. I might delete these lines. I think I'm going to delete these lines because they're not, the spacing I'm not a fan of. So I want to make sure that my information here is center. So here's that solid purple line down the middle. It's center. It has nice equal spacing between everything. Okay. So they are also going to receive, if we go back to Vax, we could scroll all the way up. We can see that they're also getting savings of up to 45%, and they're also getting $200 in resort coupons. So we can add this somehow. We can add this down here maybe. So bonus, I'll make the font a little bit bigger. Bonus, 45% savings. Yeah, that's a plus. And $200 resort coupons. Let me make this a little bigger. Not too big, but like this. and I'll put it down here. So it has that equal spacing between everything, okay? So now you want to put your contact information, right? So I'm literally just going to hit this plus that's going to duplicate this exact text box with the exact wording, because I'm just going to use that and just say contact Perla for your custom quote. You want to put custom, you want to put free, you put whatever you want, okay? You decide. So this is my business number. Or if you want to end up creating, now I haven't gone to the lengths to actually do this yet because I feel like I won't say, but anyway, I haven't done this yet, but what you could do is you could put contact blank for your custom quote or for your free quote, blah, blah, blah. Or you can say visit blank, like your like landing page or your link tree or your website for more information, right? And then by them going to that link, it's essentially going to then bring them to more information on this specific promotion. You know what I mean? So like, for example, I don't know if any of you guys have Travel Joy, you can create like a landing page or like a group page for a sale or a promotion like this, and you can then literally have them reserve their room. They can authorize the deposit, reserve their room in their stay. You then are able to capture all of their information, and they didn't even need to contact you, right? So that is another alternative, but that's, if you guys are unsure how to do that, that's probably a training for another day. Okay, so that pretty much encompasses everything. Right now, the only thing that we're missing is the deposit, right? And obviously we have a deposit option, so we know that when we're posting travel ads, we want to put the deposit option. So the deposit is going to be $560 per person starting at, okay? So you decide how you want to do this deposit. Do you want to literally just write it down? Do you want to put it in a little box, in a little circle box, whatever? So usually, depending on what I do, or depending on how I do it, I like to just put, hold on, please. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry. My son, did not have school today because of, flooding, rain or something like that. So anyway, so you decide how you want to, do the deposit amount. So as an example, for this specific flyer, I have it on a little circle. There was another flyer I did that, where is it? I have it, is it this one? No, it's not this one. There's another one. I think this one has a little circle. I think there's one that literally here, this one, I'm literally just writing it, deposit 494, right? So you decide how you want to do it just based on the flyer, right? Do you feel like it's going to be too much if you add a circle? Should you just write it down? You know, so you really want to make sure that you kind of evaluate that yourself depending on what you want. So I'm just going to do a circle, and I'm going to just go to recently used because I use it often. I use this red circle. And again, as with anything on Canva, everything is customizable. So I don't want this to be red. Maybe I want it to be purple to match the little swatch, or maybe I want it to match the colors the um, on the flyer. So now I'm going to move this somewhere. I'm going to put it there. Yeah, I'm going to put it there because I have the pineapple over here and I don't want to cover the pineapple with the lei. Okay, so now we're going to do text, and we're going to add a little body of text. And now we're going to put deposit. And what was it? 560. And just to conserve the space, I put PP per person. Okay. Now I'm going to change this to white and, oh, hold on. White. And I'm going to make it bold. And we can change the font to match everything else. Okay. Now it's covering the starfish and I don't want the starfish to be covered. So I'm going to put to front. Okay. So see how it kind of just like goes with it. All right. And then that's it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. I'm going to download. Obviously, you want to make sure you have everything right. Spelling's correct, dates are right. Your information is correct. You put everything in here that you wanted to. Okay, so download, everything looks good. So then I'm going to go to Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn. Oh, sorry, hold on. LinkedIn, where else? All your different platforms, Linktree, and post this promotion. Okay. So I posted this promotion earlier this morning, like 4 hours ago. You decide, do you want to post another promotion? I'm going to say yes. So I had already saved some photos from this resort. So I'm going to just create post. And here's my flyer. And then here are the 3 photos that I saved. So I'm going to just do this one first, then this one, and then the room. Okay. So I have a total of 3 photos. I don't want to post too many photos because then it's going to take away from, like, then they're going to just, I don't know. That's just my personal preference. 2 or 3 photos I think is enough, especially since you have this flyer that's very nicely, that's very colorful. Now this is Montego Bay. So I'm just going to do, I always do like some sort of emoji or something. Now, all the information is already listed on the flyer, so there's no need for me to repeat all of this stuff, right? I don't want to take away from the flyer. I want them to look at the flyer. So I'm just going to put a little seashell and just do Montego Bay sale. Oh, I don't know who that was. I don't want that. Okay, post. Now I'm posting this on my group. I'm going to go on my personal page. I'm going to post it on my personal page. So here it is right here. They're able to see everything and they can see the photos very nicely. Now I'll just go to my personal page. I'll also add it to my story as well on Facebook, on Instagram. I'll tag my business page there as well. And I really just post it everywhere, right? So everybody that follows me is able to see it across all platforms. Okay, so very straightforward. Again, you personalize your templates. If you want to use a template that's already kind of made for you. If so, we use this template and I kind of just made it my own, right? Took that checkout and put my own information and I personalized it. So that's essentially what I'm doing and what I have been doing with my flyers.